Personal branding is not a new thing. It's one of the key things that I use to push myself in my industry. I'm in the education industry, and one of the things I used was personal branding, positioning myself as an educator in a better light. And this gave me opportunities to offices and to places that I couldn't even imagine. Just because stepping into that place, the aura of your presence, the command of your language, how you speak, how you communicate to people, all these things contribute to personal branding, and they're the secrets of my growth. So if you're out there and you want to build your brand, especially as an educator, to give you the thought that you need in the field, then this content is for you. Come on, let's go in. Hello, guys, and welcome once again to this teacher series. It's a teacher elevation series, and I'm going deep on personal branding. Yes, personal branding is giving yourself a name, or your name carrying out an aura that everyone around you could be able to tell. Once they see your work, they can tell this thing is from this person. You build a brand that is very, very commanding and as well as compelling. So I'm going to be teaching us on some of the secrets that you need, especially as an educator, to build your brand, which gives you access to more incomes, to more money. And I can tell you the fact that the teaching field is a beautiful field. So many people are leaving are stepping out of education to go into other fields because they feel that they don't have enough for it. But there are so many ways that you can multiply your streams of income when you build your brand well, when you have access to other information and be able to use it to relevantly to your advantage. So, how do you build your brand as an educator, as one who transfers knowledge from one person to another? I'm going to be explaining those things in details for you. And now, the first thing I want to say is, what are the importance of personal branding? One of the importance of personal branding is that it gives you access to more things, which makes it look as if it gives you the picture of doing more than what the usual person on the outside is doing. Now, the truth is that someone else might even be quite smarter than you, or sorry, quite intelligent than you, or be more, um, let's say, experienced than you. But what will give you the edge is your personal brand. When you present yourself as someone who is an expert in the field, when you can present yourself as someone who can offer value from a particular area in the education industry, that there's something you can do very, very, very well, and you begin to build your profiles in that way. These are the importance of personal branding because it gives you more access. It helps to build trust. People can trust you and want to confide and give you something to do that is education related, irrespective of what they are teaching or their level, because they know that you can handle it well based on the brand that you built for a long period of time. Now, in our world today with the social media, you don't even need to stay for a very long time to be able to build your brand. You just need to start from day one, start from your little stories, from your little experiences, and begin to tell your story, begin to build your brand. And mind you, that your storytelling is the highest compelling power to building your brand. For me, I had to step up, and my story was just that it got to that point where I knew that we can't remove teachers from the school. There's always going to be an institution for schooling where children are going to come to the school, they are going to learn, they are going to try to interact with other children and learn. And I knew that the presence of this must have someone in the school to do the teaching job. But I would love to be part of that person that influences the life of the children, even from the tender age. Because sometimes we all wait to when they are youths, forgetting that we might have even missed the most important phase of their life, what prepares their hearts when they step into 18, 19, and otherwise. So this knowledge boosted me to push through and begin to know other ways I could build myself so high that no matter where I find myself, I will scale as an educator. And that took me the journey of learning communication, being intentional about my communication skill, being intentional about how I present myself, being intentional about my dressing, my outfit, my self courage. All these things are very intentional steps that you have to take as an educator. So when I took these steps, it began to give me access to come to a place to make just inquiries. Sometimes I didn't even come to look for a job or anything, but those inquiries give me access to have people saying things like, "Are you sure we can pay you what you're worth?" Whereas actually at that moment, if you judge by my credentials, it may not even be up to what they should be arguing by. But my presentation, my courage and everything, my elegance gave me the access to more. So what is your story like? What is your storyline like? These are the things that you can put together and build a brand. Now, one thing about personal branding is that it's not age bound. Yes, you heard me. It's not age bound. It's not for people like people from 50 and above or people from 18 and below or whatever. Personal branding is something that is good for everyone, irrespective of your industry. So, especially if you are in the teaching industry, if you are in this education field, it is very important for you to build your brand. It also helps parents to trust you. It helps big government institutions to also trust you and be able to confide in you to give you huge responsibilities that are education inclined. Yes, you heard me, that are education inclined. So when you build your brand, no matter your age, present yourself as an educator that is ready to deliver, that is ready to give the best, that cares about the child, that cares about the school, that cares about the workforce, that cares about administration. Just know your niche because the education field actually is vast. But when you know your niche as a teacher or as an educator, when you know your niche, you can be able to broaden there and tell your story until you could attract the right kind of clients, the right kind of people to yourself to boost your income. So, another thing I'm talking about is why should you build your brand as a teacher? I know that with what I've said before, I've touched this in one way or the other. Why should you build your brand? People feel that personal branding is not for teachers. Why should I build my brand? Why should I be special? Why should I do this? They already know me, I'm a teacher. Teacher always dress with corporate gown, corporate skirts, and that's all. Now, why you should build your brand as a teacher in 2024 or in this time is that we now have a new platform known as a social media platform. Now, this platform gives you access to multiple streams of income if you could build your brand very, very well and become trustworthy and reliable. So, what is that thing that you were so good at that you could offer easily and teach to people easily? And if peradventure you handle children, do you tell the story in a way that is so compelling that people can be able to call to you and ask you questions or inquire things from you privately just because you are so good? If you've watched TEDx talks, you would observe that we have speakers who are all educators who come from different angles or different fields to come and talk on education related topics actually. So you need to build this brand so that it can give you the edge for even international representations, international organizations, big times companies, and the rest of it. What are the steps you need to take to build your brand? Now, one of the steps to take in building your brand is revamping your mindset. Whatever you want to do for yourself must start with your mind. Like I remember writing on my status sometime this week that the best way to get yourself is to renew your mind using the word of God in Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And it reminds us about renewing your mind on a daily basis. So, for you to build your brand, the first step is revamping your mindset. If your mindset has belittled you and made you feel that your field is so minimal, your field is bound to the suffering, or your field is just is one small thing that that's all I can be, then it comes first by changing your mindset. If you have the right mindset, it gives you the channel for going big. But when you have the wrong mindset, you are limiting yourself already without anybody stopping you. So the first step to elevation as a teacher is allowing your mind to grow, to understand that the way you give value to these children, you are already valuable yourself, that you are an compendium of knowledge that is ready to offer so much to society. And if you can affect one child, imagine how many children that you've affected as a teacher. Imagine just one child. That one child could be the president. That one child could be the pilot, become something big in the future. Now imagine if you've touched the life of so many children beyond just teaching them a subject, but influencing their lives with love, care, and support. And that is why when you're building your brand as a teacher, you must make your reality the real thing that you do. That is, who are you in the classroom should be the person you present on the social media platform so that your students don't come back to give a different review about you. So the first step is to revamp your mindset and know that you're a person of value, that your job is valuable, that you are impacting lives in a special way, and that you are worth more than gold and you have gold to give out. And the second step to take when you've done this is to check out your profile. Go to your LinkedIn page and check what your profile looks like and know how to work on your profile. You're supposed to take your time and write detailedly how much you've worked in the education field. Take your time and talk about your specialties. Take your time and talk about then what you can actually deliver at the present moment. The same thing goes to your Facebook handles. These are the ways you present yourself in a way that people can really tell what you do. Now, someone can be in the teaching field and be willing to diversify to so many things. I don't want everything about it to just be focused on teaching. Now, yes, it is possible, but don't remove the part of you being an educator from your profile. The reason is because it already creates the picture that you already used to impacting lives. So when your profile, everything about you also shows that you've always been a part of impacting young people. You've always been a part of caring about from the childhood, or you care about the middle-aged children, or you care about, the teenagers. There's already a platform that shows your story in your profile. Now, if this story is there in your profile always, it reminds people that you are worthy or capable of leadership or of management or of coaching because this has already been a part of your experience or a part of your journey. Personally, I've had my own journey. Like literally after my senior high, that has been what I've been doing from one school to another, teaching and taking from one phase to another, even while I was doing my undergraduate studies. It took me from one phase to another, having home lesson teachings for children. I had to take this step. I had challenges. I had my victory points. I had the points that I didn't do well with the children. I had the points where I took my corrections. But in the midst of all these experiences, it has built me to a level where I can now run my own school. And these things are possible because I value where I am. I value the field where I am. So if you know you value the education industry, you know that it's a place of influence, you know that this is where you need to tell your own story, then the best thing to do for yourself at this moment is to build your personal brand. Now, if you like this information that I'm sharing and you find them valuable, please don't forget to subscribe and join the family. And one thing you would do for me to help me create this kind of contents more is by pressing the like button, commenting, and of course sharing, share. So, like I said, if you have any question, I'm free for your consultation calls. You've seen the link on the comment section, or you could call me or you could chat me up. I'll be able to give you any feedback to your questions. Don't worry, a class is coming up soon that's going to be organized practically for teachers on how to elevate and move to the next session. Thank you so much for joining.